Hello, good people of the internet. It is I, Tommy Kelly. This is Adventures in Moo, and this is a 3-card reading for Lynn over on Patreon. Her question is, what would be helpful for me to know about my artwork right now? I'm torn between different concepts. Thank you. Okay, let's have a shuffle. What would be helpful for Lynn to know about her artwork? Okay. These a bit closer so we can see them. So in this we have the Moon, the Adventurer, and the Contemplator. So in regard to what should you know about your art, let me reread the question. What would be helpful for me to know about my artwork right now? The obvious thing, or the first thing rather than the obvious thing about the Moon, is that there can be some sort of deception involved with it. But it's interesting because I was thinking about this before I started doing any of the readings, and the Moon was coming into my mind, and there's something in it that maybe was connected to this question, and I got kind of thinking of the Moon in a different way, in that the Moon, while it's this kind of notion of deception, say, or not true, because it's it has no light of its own, it's a reflection, it's not of the sun. There's something in it as well. It's kind of, these are the stories we tell, these are the myths, the legends we tell, that in order to understand ourselves. So while they're not strictly true, say, that it's something that allows us to understand. It's just therefore helpful, and it's not a deception in a bad way. It's in an empowering way. This is how we know ourselves. So the artwork, you can look at this, because it's a representation of how to know yourself, rather than trying to get a true, accurate depiction of reality. It's like, how can you approach it that it's a representation, a myth, a legend, a story that represents whatever it is you want to do, be that yourself, the world, creation, whatever it is that is the subject of your art. So that seems interesting. I was thinking about that, and it seems appropriate then for as an answer, is that it's not to worry too much about being accurate or being true. There might be a call to, mess with style, but don't be overly accurate or worry too much about, say, anatomy, or, getting the color right on the landscape, something like that, but more the feel of things, the kind of the story of the thing, how it appears rather than what it is. It's like what it means, how it feels, rather than necessarily how it looks, although the looks can be deceiving to all of those things. But deception is too strong a word in this. It's kind of reflection. It's look more at the reflection than the thing. And it's saying that in order to do this, the adventure is just to physically move, do something different than you normally do, out of your comfort zones. Move. If it's painting, bigger pictures, smaller pictures, paint outside, do something that's bits not necessarily scary, but it pushes you in some way that you haven't normally done. Paint in front of people if you've never painted in front of people. If you're a photographer and only take landscapes, get out and do a load of street photography and get in people's faces, something that's really challenging you, and to look at what you're doing in a very different way. And then of course it's saying, like, just also don't overthink it. Don't spend so many, don't think you're going to work it out. There's a mystery involved in this that you just have to let be, and let kind of the contemplating on this with regard to art would be very much that kind of notion of idea space, channeling, allowing the idea to come to you, letting the idea form. Don't try to tell the idea what it is. Don't try to impose your idea of what it should be on it. Just allow it. Be like a midwife, as an artist, be a midwife. Allow the idea, the baby, the art, the creation, whatever, to arrive. Your job is to get it to arrive in as accurate and in as fully formed as the idea is, rather than telling it what it is. And I think in order to do that, what it's saying is with regard to, because that's why I changed my mind on the word accurate, it's not, you You might have an idea about something, but you have to just let it be what it is, even if that feels like, well, that's not right. That's not how it is. That's true. That's not how I want it to be, or that's not the way it's normally done, or that's something that it's just, there's kind of a want to manipulate something. And it was saying, have a bigger, broader perspective on it. Make your vista much wider. Look at things from a very different way. Push out your boundaries. Let it be what it is. Just allow it to descend. Be a midwife. And then just see it. It doesn't have to be perfect and accurate. It doesn't have to be perfect, accurate, or a realistic depiction of things. We're talking about legends, myths, correspondences, reflections, the feel of the world. So that's what I think the cards are saying. So I hope that is in some way helpful to you, and good luck with your art. I hope it's all you want it to be, and I hope it's all it wants to be too.